when we started doing what we're doing, we were unable to get any press coverage at all. And I remember saying, we're too peaceful for press. I would get a call from a producer at NPR, and she said, how did you and Jamal stop fighting? I said, well, actually, we didn't start, it wasn't like that. She was done. That was the end of the conversation. Of what interest could we possibly be? But something different is happening now. Something different has been happening this entire year. We're not talking about things that are different than what we've been talking about for the past 9 years. But there is a greater interest. There is something awakening.
We were asked a question a while ago about what are you hearing from audiences? What kinds of things are you hearing? And we thought about it, and we realized that even the people who disagree with us are coming hopeful that they will hear something that could be a clue about how do we get out of this tragic mess that humanity is in right now. And so now what we say to answer that question is we're experiencing an escalation of hope.
Look at you, you have turned up in numbers. Yeah, and you're very right, we also have to speak up. I love very much this soldier who was wounded in Afghanistan who said, I'm really insulted that the Muslims want to build this Cordoba house so many blocks away from ground zero, as they call it now. He says, I'm insulted because it should be built on ground zero. Not only a mosque, also a church, also a synagogue, and also a temple, a Hindu, Buddhist. But you see, people like you and me, we're the ones who matter, we need to speak up also.
The important thing is not to do so in anger, not to do so in hate. In other words, I mean, this is the problem with compassion. You know, we're compassionate to everybody except those people who aren't compassionate. You can't do it that way. It's like, how do we refrain from throwing out of our hearts even those people who we believe to be seriously misguided? How do we keep from throwing out of our hearts those people who are caught in their own fears, in their own distrusts, in their own exclusivities? That's our task.
As you know, we can't eliminate conflict because we all have egos. Our institutions are big egos. What we can do, though, and we believe this is possible, this is the message of religion, is change the consequences of conflict from violence and hatred to creative and imaginative positive things that could end up having us help each other rather than hurt each other.
A behavior can be evil, but the being can never be evil. Like this great Islamic mystic says, in a relationship with the other who is difficult, this person says, do what is right. Don't allow yourself to be abused. Protect yourself. Do what is right. But I beg you, please, never leave that person's being or essence out of your heart. That's quite a spiritual practice.